making a lot of money, and yet maybe AI is not a bubble because Microsoft's going to. Amazon, very involved. These new Meta products. Hey, Meta, look out. Everybody might say, hey, Meta, that activates your Ray-Bans. But they've got a lot of AI. So AI is coming into mainstream when you see something like this, and it makes you feel like, wait a second, how can it be a bubble if Microsoft just put it on your PC?
Although Amazon earlier this morning was down 1%, that's the fourth day lower. It's just hard to fight some of these macro headwinds, right?
Look, and obviously these are sources of funds. NVIDIA mentioned today positive, but that's a source of fund. What I think is interesting is if you're going to put a button for Copilot on your PC, the reverberations for that are basically throw out your PC, you get a new PC. Now, we've been waiting for a refresh cycle. This is the greatest refresh cycle in history because what are you going to, like, let's say I come in and mine doesn't have a button and yours have a button. You're going to allow that to happen? If you get the button, I want the button. And HP is probably going to have to do the button. And Dell, you have to upgrade your PC. Well, that is Micron. It also might be Intel, but then Intel owns a lot of Mobileye. And Mobileye was one of the fiascos of today. Yeah. Good work by Ray J yesterday. Predict downgrading Mobileye. There's a lot to cover, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Mobileye does guide revenue down 50% year on year. Some excess inventory.
Yeah, that's
Does the labor data today interest you? We mentioned claims. ADP comes in solid. Challenger a little bit lower than the prior month.
We don't. If you're a bull, you just want to see data, which continues this idea that things are tepid. It doesn't drive the yield, the 10-year past 4, because then you can still stick with that whole rap that there might be 5, 6 cuts. That's a rap that I simply don't believe in, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to trim at the beginning of the year. Because if everyone's leaning toward that way, that's going to be wrong. I mean, could we take out 4% on some?
Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well today. Let's see, beautiful drop on the markets. Well, mainly NQ because the Dow is still positive on the day. I did have a short order that was filled, so I'm starting the day up 90 points on NQ. I had a short limit at 16,580, which was filled, and I closed it out on this short below 490. So looks like we're going to continue lower. Now remember, yesterday I mentioned the 4-hour time frame, how it looked like we were heading to this level, so we may see a bounce. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this better. So we may see a bounce here at, let me just edit this so we can put show on the right, so we don't have to guess. Show on the right, so we don't have to guess. Voila. All right, so we could see a nice bounce at 16,412. Possibly maybe a bounce back up to the 565 area and then continue lower for this gap fill. Now, if we don't fill this gap by tomorrow, most likely we could probably see it being filled by next week for CPI. So keep that in mind, all right, as we trade today. And I was able to recoup most of my loss on that one trade. Probably maybe just like a couple $100 away actually from being back to the number of profits I was up yesterday. So not bad. Recouping your losses while sleeping. It's a good deal. Yep. So I caught 90 points on NQ short overnight. So the position was filled literally at 2:30, just before the London open. So Asia fully settles at 2:30, and then 3:30 came along. We dropped, created a lower high, drop, and then we broke below yesterday's low. So if anyone had marked off yesterday's low, once we broke that and closed below it, I mean, the 512 would have been a nice short area, probably risk about maybe 15, 20 points, because then that means it should continue, and you would have made about a nice 60 points profits on it.
CEO Tim Wentworth did speak exclusively with CNBC about that decision.
We didn't love having to make that decision. We actually thought it was incredibly important and responsible. And I will tell you, the majority of investors with whom I've met since taking this role not only expected it, but they actually are excited
All
about
right.
the fact that they have additional capital to invest in the core business in a way that stimulates growth again, because that ultimately is going to be the most shareholder-friendly thing we can do.
Hitter.
You
He's a hitter.
basically you tweeted that he's starting to work his magic.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everyone knows in his press scripts he was great. Signy was great. He comes in and basically just says, look, I got to do what I said I have to do. And if anyone was surprised about that, they were probably in some sort of Musk flight to Mars. We don't know that for certain. But I just think that Wentworth, sometimes you have to take the CEO's credibility. Now, I thought Roz Brewer had done the previous CEO quit after 3 years. So this is 3 years. She come from Starbucks, where she was very, very good, but the Walgreens challenge, and she went headlong in health, which I don't think was bad, but that's really what Tim's strength is. I think he will be terrific. I look forward to talking to him again when I'm out at JP Morgan. Look, healthcare and tech are so on the red hot field right now, but healthcare's on the upside, and the techs are on the downside. It's very, very important to realize.
All right, awesome. So we're probably, wow, Apple's still dropping. So let's just do a quick rundown of things, all right? Tesla. All right. Creating an alert to see if Tesla breaks below yesterday's low. If that happens, we could continue lower. If Tesla gets above yesterday's peak, we could go higher. Then let's go to AMD. AMD, I know a little bit of a sideways action on the 1 hour time frame. Took out the lows. I'm gonna set up an alert if it breaks above. Then we have NVDA, NVIDIA. NVIDIA, I definitely want to see if it can hold above 480. No, I do have it. Let's do 481 even.
An end-to-end direct healthcare experience, really direct, is something that's new. But I don't want to say it's necessarily an enemy of the chain. I want to say it really has made it so that you've always been able to get it.
Then we have APO. Everyone goes home green. Yes. Give me a second, y'all.
They chose to be on CBS. I'm on the drug, and I get it from Henson, which is Amgen, and I remember fighting him and saying, listen, please get it CBS, because that's refrigerated. And, Lily was basically saying, listen, we're going to make it so it's easy to get. So what I'm taking away from what Rick's is doing is he's saying it's easy to get, which could be maybe you can go to be seeing them next week. It could be that you can go to Amazon. When I saw Andy Jassy, he was trying to say this, we're going to be a major factor in the this year. But whatever, the real takeaway is they're going to make it easier, but at the same time, they really want to purposes and crack down on counterfeits, which I thought was smart.
Yeah, the statement there very clear that it's not for cosmetic use. And just an aside as to what a big consumer story it is, David Ricks of Lilly on the Today Show this morning. Here's what he said.
It's a critical part of how the site works. These drugs need to be used under the supervision of a physician, and we're just offering more choice in that regard. This is about patient success. Our sales will be the same either way, whether we sell it to CVS or Walgreens or sell it on our website.
So this is for a serious disease.
Yeah, look, the thing that you knew that they had to say that, but because the goal is not to make it so people look thinner. Look, it's about blood pressure, It's about statistics, which tell you that you are obese, which therefore you are a candidate to die earlier than people who are not obese. I mean, just like one of the things that people don't understand about these drugs is that the sotavoce, people try it and they
Give
fail.
me
Now,
a
it is
second,
true.
y'all. Hey, what's up? What's up?
AUD
AUD USD. Let's take a look.
four-year increase in life. But for the most part, and this is heresy to the community, but the people who prescribe these
Hello?
drugs just say, look, we know that
Good morning.
and exercise.
All right. Is Euro USD a good short? At the current level, yeah. If it breaks these lows, basically if it breaks yesterday's low, you could see a possible drop down to the 200 EMA. So if you go left, this level right here where it bounced off of is a good is going to be a possible good bounce. You kind of already missed the short, right? So if you would have just marked off this level here, you would have probably already entered short, or you should have already been short. 4 hour does look good for a continuation lower, so be cautious. Trade a lot size that you're comfortable with if you end up taking a loss. And then before entering the trade, you have to determine how many pips are you going to risk, where where would you stop out, right, if it goes against you. But you definitely should have already been short on AUD USD, because remember, when the market is dropping, dollar tends to be stronger. So whenever the dollar is strong, the market is going to drop. If the dollar is strong, that means anything that is against the dollar is going to go down. So Euro USD went down, I'm pretty sure. Let's look at it. From London, Euro USD has pulled back. GBP USD probably the same. GBP USD is going down as well. So, and this all started early this morning. Sniper on a quick gold bounce. Good stuff. Hey Caesar, last Wednesday I was watching your stream and you were talking about 477 being a good entry for shorts. So I entered with my Apex account with 10 contracts. And I've been holding ever since. Right now I'm up 60K. Is this possible in real life? It says yeah. So it is possible in real life. Not necessarily with with a prop firm, because with a prop firm, so like with Apex, you can't hold overnight. So if you have a personal account, funded account, you can hold positions overnight, which yes, it is very, very possible. So you entered at 477. Let me see. Okay, you got 15 contracts. My guy. All right, so 477. Let's go to ES. So you're up 70 something points on it, right? Am I correct on that? All right. So 77 79 points. So every 10 points on one contract is $500, right? So you do 500 times 7, right? That's going to be $3,500. So we can round it off to 8. So if we round it off to 8, 500 times 8, so that's 4,000 per contract, and you have 15 contracts. So yes, it is correct. You are up 60,000 because on a 15 contract position, you made every 10 points is 4 grand. 4 grand times 15 contracts. So yes, it is possible. The only thing that would happen on the funded accounts is that every day you would have to take profits every day and then re-enter that position during the during the 6 p.m. open, right? So but yes, it is very, very possible. Now you can swing trade. You can swing trade with your own personal capital or with other prop firms. Like there's a prop firm called FTMO, which is the Forex side, and they allow you to swing trade, right? So that might be a good avenue, but yes, all of this is possible. I mean, listen, if you were funded, 3 million, you probably would have been looking at 600 grand from the time I gave you the green light that it was a short to now. But all of this is very, very possible. It's just a matter of, do you have the right tools for it? Mm-mm-mm. Summer too hot. Few minutes left. Give me a sec. Gotta send a quick email. We can mess it up. Now, do you want to know why I said that area was a good short? Y'all gonna have to tune in. Less than about 6 minutes left till the open. And Q still dropping. Whew, Lord. She got no legs. Close. Voila. Ooh, nice rejection at the 470s. More lows coming. More lows coming at the open. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, I just wanted to see how realistic it is and really follow some trust. Absolutely. Definitely. But yeah, man, it's all very possible. Especially when you like if there's a firm that you can hold overnight. Like I said, every futures prop firm does not allow you to hold overnight. But what you can do is you can close the position for the day and then reopen it back up again on the following session, right? And once you catch a trend like that, I mean, it's just been a beautiful, beautiful drop. I mean, if we look at NQ from 17,165 all the way down to 16,456 right now. I mean, we're looking at over 600-point movement drop. And on one contract, okay, on one contract on NQ, that 600 plus movement on what, on let's say just one contract is 12 grand. And this literally happened in matter of days. I mean, we're talking from Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No, I'm sorry. This was what day was this? So this was Thursday, Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like what? Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, all right, all right. We're still dropping. ES making new lows. Mm. You like summer too hot. Let me pick it up. Oh, me not forget. Should continue sliding. We get. Non-stop pulling. Hey boss, do you think gold will continue to the downside? Yes, I do think gold will continue to the downside. I'm actually looking for gold to go down to like 220 area. Less than 3 seconds. All right. All right. Let's see how high of a bounce we're gonna get for the reshort. Popping. Come on. See how let's see. AMD's looking okay. Nvidia not so bad either. Let's see. I'm not gonna be too eager to hop in any trades right now. I definitely want some confirmation. So let's see. Just waiting. I do think we're still gonna end up testing the 412, but based on where we're at right now, it wouldn't. The risk to reward is just not there for me, so I'm gonna wait.
Gets a target upgrade over at Ray J.
Well, I'm glad. You know, Planet Fitness is one of those companies that at the beginning
Okay,
of the year,
AMD's catching a bid.
stocks had a bit of a move. I think everyone's still mystified about the change in CEOs because we never really got an explanation. Sometimes that happens. There's like a new CEO. We kind of say,
Okay.
please tell us what happened since we had that other CEO. But they were reluctant to do that. It's a shame. I think the clarity on those kinds of things do matter.
What did you make of? We mentioned sort of the
We're
burst
looking
of upgrades
pretty
today on names
decent.
like Depot and Dollar General,
ES not
and
looking too
Allstate.
bad. I'm gonna try along on ES.
The Home Depot
Taking
makes so
along
much
on
as a
ES. Taking along on ES. I'm in at 47, 44.50.
beat. I thought the Sherwin-Williams downgrade yesterday was
Give me
wrong.
49.
If things are gonna
Okay.
get better, and
Let's take a look at the Russell.
and we get to a more normal
Oh,
demand,
Russell's
you
looking
do
good
wanna
too.
buy
Oh,
Depot.
ladies
Now,
and
I
gentlemen.
have a
Ladies and gentlemen, look at the Russell.
Dollar General's got a new
Ooh,
CEO. That's just
lovely.
you know, I go to my Dollar General. It's like a picture of yesterday from
Lovely.
Twitter.
Okay, so I am long on ES 47, 44.50. Come on, there you go. Oh, look at this. Look at you, you dirty little. I'm gonna add one more contract to ES at 47, 47.50. Come on, get over. Get over, baby girl.
Yeah, consumer names getting a lot of attention this morning. Yum gets cut at Stiefel. That's about China.
Not
They
too
go to negative
shabby.
sell on
Not
pizza.
too shabby at all.
I think that. Well, by the way, I think Domino's has got leadership and it's doing.
And let's take a look at what's the Dow doing. I mean, we know the Dow is the strongest one out of the day, out of them.
But if you take a look, the one at Wingstop is doing very, very well. But the one that is just an
Dow's
untold
looking
story,
solid.
Chipotle.
So I want to see ES get above 47.50. While I have an ad at 47.50, my overall stop loss is going to be the low right here, this 47.41. So let's see.
Chipotle's finish. Well, that was about 1,800 points ago. That's a great company, Chipotle, and they offer a superior product. And people feel they have price sensibility. Brian Nichols really great. Jack Harta, the CFO, one of the best CFOs in the country. That's just a really well-run company, and it doesn't surprise me that people are still recommending the stock.
A lot of work being done on inflation and food away from home versus at home. The spread now the widest
There we
in
go.
about 5 years.
Okay, Russell's pulling back.
And eat, which is why Conagra is kind of interesting today, where volume is soft and then pricing flipped negative.
Yeah, Conagra's just.
Okay, there we go. Come on. Come on. Come on.
He's done a good job.
And my overall target on ES possibly would be 47.56. 47.56 would be my ideal target.
Yes. Now, that's a good business. When you break down a margarita, that does not, I have to know the numbers for margarita.
You know the
That's
spirits.
real good business. Food, not so good. Margarita, whoa. And he's the largest seller. He's also delightful. Actually, all the people in the restaurant business are just a blast.
The other piece in that universe is this Reuters story that Carrefour, the big UK,
Push back.
is going to push back on Pepsi pricing. where they just don't think they can move those off the shelves.
No, man, I thought that was incredible because if you look back, what Rich Galanti, the incredible CFO at Costco, would tell you that the only thing that
NQ looking really solid right now.
Coke and Pepsi, they failed. They could not go against those two best brand names. By the way, Frito,
NQ
great
looking
brand name. So I
good.
don't know. Harper,
Come on,
good luck.
baby. Stop
I think
playing
you're
with
gonna
me.
have a hard
Do your
time with that.
thing.
I'm gonna go to the guy who has Pepsi.
Interesting.
I went immediately. I said, "Oh, let me call you Johnson." He said, "Oh, it's Disney."
Yep.
Moved to Disney. And everyone should know that there are certain
Patience.
Johnson was always like, "Okay, tell me what's going on." Well, now he's at Disney, and I think there's more of a news blackout at Pepsi right now. There is at Pepsi. Look, Raymond LaGuardia, the CEO of Pepsi.
Oh, we're looking good. Oh, we're looking good. Come on. Keep it going, baby.
Well, watch banks today. They are one of the sectors that is in the green. B of A today, Jim, says prepare for an overshoot on some of these names like Truist, UBS, PE. They think the PE could go back to pre-pandemic.
You know, I looked at you. I mean, some of these stocks are young. I had Huntington Bank shares on. I also happen to like, by the way, First Horizon, which got a bid that's for twice where the stock is. And I had Huntington Bank shares on. I was saying to Steve Steiner, what the heck is your stock doing yielding 5? And he said, could you tell me why my stock's yielding 5? I mean, there's a consensus building that the regionals are the place to go. Remember, we're almost 1 year from the date when they were all kind of really crushed. I do like Truist. I really like Huntington Bank shares. I really like First Horizon. Those are all that I've got my own say really interesting.
If David were here, we might talk about a second upgrade for Verizon and an upgrade for T-Mobile, as wireless is getting some eyes these last couple
Excuse
of
me.
You know, the pricing is stable.
Come on. So now, if NQ breaks above 525 and holds, we could possibly head up to the 65, and we might even see a red to green move. Okay.
I'm going to keep pressuring me, keeps ignoring me. I don't care. But I will say this. Everybody's downgrading Apple. They never talk about the Vision Pro as if it doesn't exist.
This has been a recurring thing with you.
Because they get the right price and you're able to watch a game with Vision Pro. It's like being on the 50.
Oh, ES is really struggling. Okay, Russell's catching a bid. Come on. I'm gonna dabble with the Russell real quick. Alright. I just got my ad on ES, ladies and gentlemen. I just got my ad on ES.
He doesn't do that, but I think that is also very AI-oriented. Zuckerberg's got a sense of humor. People don't get that.
Well,
It extends beyond the bunker.
your point on Apple potentially reverting to 160, I mean, we're back to 180 almost.
Yeah, well, look, it's, the long knives are always out for Apple. I mean, yesterday's downgrade was they lack innovation. Now, how did you make that? I mean, how did he do that? He said, Siri, please do
AMD is popping. NVIDIA.
She's going to talk to me. But I mean, these are people who you have to pry their cold, dead hands from their Apple, and yet they don't like Apple because it's not inventive enough. I mean, what does Tim Cook have to do? You have this device that I forgot my wallet like 4 days ago.
Overall stop loss on ES is going to be 47.41.
Okay, right here, but it's not inventive, and Tim Cook doesn't know what he's doing. And I mean, look, it did sell at 29 times earnings, which is higher than we're used to. There is possibility the service revenue is capped, like we saw in the downgrade yesterday. I'm not so sure about that. And yeah, China. I mean, no one knows what's going on in China, including President Xi, who I think has very little knowledge of what's going on in his own
There's actually a really thick 50-page report today on Apple's reshoring process, where they think I think it's Cowan, they're just getting started in moving the chain out of China.
I don't want them to move it here. I want them to move it to India because that is the country of the future, and they're trying.
Let's go, baby.
The most complex supply chain. So you always hear these people say, "Well, we just got this word from the supply chain; it's not doing well." They know much more than that.
What's interesting is to watch.
I'll probably drop one contract once we get over 47.50.
I mean, is there a day? Bob Davis is doing an amazing job at Merck. And again, a parabolic move, but he's doing a fantastic job. And you got to hand it to him. He's getting away from just Keytruda. I think he's terrific, remarkable. He's got new drugs. So I mean, Merck is a real driver in Pfizer's negatively. Merck's a real driver. What I think is so interesting is you've got Pat Gelsinger with a giant position in Mobileye, and 88% essentially down to 85
what a
cents.
pull.
People are sensing this PC refresh that's coming from Microsoft. And some people, it's starting to dawn on people, well, wait a second. If there's a button that they're going to put on, I'm going to have to buy that PC. I think that HP Inc. being only up 2 cents is kind of ridiculous, given the fact that they're probably, I mean, if we called Enrico Loris right now, I'm waiting. Please call Enrico Loris Siri Meta.
Yep.
But that's the principal beneficiary. Sells at 8 times earnings. Kind of interesting.
Well, Dell is really not that far from all-time highs.
Yeah, well, Dell's got a lot of complex, really complex, terrific set of order books that includes much more enterprise, and I really, really love Dell. I'm a big fan of Michael Dell. I think he's fantastic.
We've paid a lot of attention to transports. XPO gets an upgrade today over at Wells. They go to overweight.
It's been the winner.
And I
demand's
And I think City 2 makes FedEx big for the year.
FedEx, we have to recognize, just missed.
Okay.
I mean, it did miss. It just shows the love affair. And I think a lot of that may be driven by the Adobe numbers this morning about online commerce, which is just showing no end whatsoever. And that's Amazon. By the way, Amazon, how much is it down today? I'm waiting. Some of these guys someone's going to break ranks and downgrade Amazon, and they will be wrong. But they will downgrade Amazon. And I say they'll be wrong because if I'm going to have to pay $3 not to have commercials, well, bring it on. I'll pay $3.
Amazon back to the 50-day for the first time since, say, November.
All right. Let's see if that was just a little quick liquidity grab.
Line up with Lilly and get that healthcare system going where you get a big break with Prime. This is his chance, and I'm not sure Andy's watching it. He's a tremendous guy. But if you want to get back into this game, well, he's in the game. But Amazon is the way that you might get the Lilly drugs.
There has been some work this week.
While I snack on my dragon fruit.
Prime to revenue, maybe as much as $5 billion a year. And then there's a piece in JPM this morning.
Russell 2000 is looking really, really good.
Is a dynamic that's going to last several quarters.
Well, it turned out that they were brilliant again. I mean, Netflix,
Like when you dip by this baby.
Became not the operating guy, and people said, well, who are these new guys? These new guys are just as good. And I have to hand it to Sarandos. He's amazing.
Although
How's he get nice?
Yeah, although you saw the journal piece this week on how cancellations and churn are up, right? As the stream
I'm about to
builds.
kill this ES trade. I'm not liking this back and forth. So, matter of fact, I'm going to put my stop loss at break even. I'm moving my stop loss on ES to break even. No need to mess around.
The answer is no, then you're excluded from all conversations until you get to Apple Plus. That's, Tim Cook doesn't know what he's doing. Forget slow horses. Forget what he's got going. People talk about this stuff.
Make money while snacking on check. You know it. You know it.
Let's cancel other things. Let's not cancel other things.
Always have me some fruits first thing in the morning with some water, some mineral water. After doing my journal, which speaking of, I still haven't done that. So, excuse me a minute while we wait. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end up blocking profits on ES.
Look, I know that this Microsoft button is just kind of thrown out there, but Copilot. When I spoke with Microsoft,
We in profits. We in profits. Play with me.
Would you please make it so the consumer is going to have it? Now, I'm not saying that's what they did. I am saying that this is the way we will all use AI because it's so easy.
Oh.
Do you think this feeds a big hardware refresh? Because that would be news.
Yes, I do, and I think that people are ignoring it today, and it doesn't make any sense to me. And Microsoft, trust name, and Microsoft's been just a huge winner, and that's one of the stocks that has actually held up better. But this is just one more example of Microsoft being aggressive. And remember, they did get Sam Altman, who, by the way, when I heard him speak, he's a bit of a visionary. I mean, when he speaks, it's like you're really doing your best to try to keep up with him.
Yeah, well, Nadella did say we're going to make Alphabet dance, right?
Yes.
So a lot of people argue that that's exactly what they've done.
He's It's a velvet glove fist. I mean, you have to love his style. And Amy Hood, another CFO who's captivating and understands that if we get this from the enterprise to the individual fast, we will own the generative AI for the individual, which there's a lot of people. Refresh. You got to keep thinking. Refresh. That's why AMD's up.
Speaking of Mag 7, Tesla's trying to defend 240. Interesting piece, Jim, on BYD, where short interest is starting to climb highest levels since September, as even in China, there's some debate about the longevity of the EV curve.
I think that everybody has to be faced with that. I don't want to BYD. It was interesting. The piece the other day, the Jonas piece says that Tesla would team up with BYD.
Right.
But that's Jonas. I mean, one of the things I love about Jonas is like, well, hey, let's come up with this idea. But then he reads it like, oh, that makes sense. So maybe there's like, why it could happen. I'm sure he never makes anything on. He's an incredibly hardworking person.
Meantime, we're not done with the macro. Let's get some PMI from Rick Santelli. Morning, Rick.
Good morning, Carl. Yes, these are December final servicing composite PMI.
So that's me journaling right there.
It improved by 1/10 on the services side, still remains at the best level since July. And if you look at the composite, it lost a 10th, where the service side gained a 10th. So it moved from mid-month read of 51 to 50.9, 50.9. That remains also the best level since July. And we see that
Put the shades back on.
have had above 50 readings, Carl, for 11 of the 12 months of 2023. The only month both of them were under 50 in contraction territory was in January of last year. We see interest rates have moved up on the data this morning with claims, and they continue to hover right under 4%, which of course was probably over yesterday in 10. Squawk on the street will return.
All right, solid little pullback. You take a look at net gas with a nice little retracement. Bottom. Ooh, look at this slide on NQ. See, what sort of economic data do we have this morning? FYI, I am out of ES. I am out of ES. I'm gonna wait till after this news drops. Good exit. Good exit. Good exit on ES, man. Just wasn't liking that movement. At least got out of it profitable. Not taking profits fast. This killing me. I thought you were done. I thought you were done for the day. You said you were up 500 and you were done, right? What happened? Just made 600 and then zero back. So you made 600 and then you gave it back. Was that 600 on top of the 500 you already made? Trading on other account. Okay. Remember, once you've had some good wins, you want to be more selective to your entries. All right. So far, NQ, I mean, the direction is still down. So I don't know if you're getting caught in the bounce where you take a short, it goes against you a couple 10 points, and then you're exiting. So definitely that could be what's causing you. So just wait. We have news coming out in 10 minutes. Patience. You don't have to take a trade right now. You could wait till 11 o'clock to take a trade, or you can wait to 12 or 2 when things kind of chooses a direction. All right, patience is key, queen. Patience is key. Confidence kills you sometimes. Yes, it does. Let me take my brain food. Okay, let's see what type of action we're going to get. Come on. Okay. Come on. Nice, nice. Okay, we're popping, we're popping. Oh, come on, bro. Bro. Stop with your shenanigans. Come on.
Order filled.
Limit at 75. This is not alcohol, okay? This is mineral water. Okay, okay.
Order filled.
All right, taking a small trade on the micro NQ.
Let's get to Jim and stop trading.
Just testing out the water, seeing if this news is going to pop.
One of the non-97 stocks that was really terrific last year.
Only risking about $80 on this trade.
It's now pulled back nicely. And I think this is I'm sorry, it's Deutsche Bank piece today. Still early cycle. Those of us who have followed Boeing for the last 30 years know that when they get the cycle going, it's not a one-year thing.
Order
4
filled.
or 5 years. So there's a stock that's come down that I think you can say, you know what? That's a viable. Not going to get a downgrade, but you're going to get many people saying upgrade or that you should buy. Versus say Apple, where you're just going to come in every day. It's like, hit me again. You're hitting on a 19 with that one.
Yeah, Deutsche names both Boeing and GE as their top
But
picks.
GE is still a great stock. People don't understand. Larry Colton, he's a miracle worker. He's fixing even wins. I just think these are two stocks that you can go in a decline. Because they are down a little and the cycles are long and people are still traveling. So, there.
It kind of rhymes with what, again, Edgar Denny said, that maybe the first half stalls out on an index level, but the broadening of the market will be healthy long term.
There's true broadening. I mean, look, when someone recommends Truist, I mean, that's like, it's like, are you really going to go there? I mean, doesn't Truist have a, don't they have a whiskey barrel problem? I mean, people do these cool loans. I find that the broadening in the financials is really terrific because it's not fintech. It's real banks.
Yeah.
It's real lending, which is really good.
To that point, well, two things. Roth has a list of potential IPO candidates this year, and on it are things like Chime and Klarna, for example, a lot of fintechs in there. The other is this downgrade of PayPal, which we didn't mention.
Well, yeah, that's just a competitive thing. They just don't have it right now. I think that the CEO who's out of Intuit could be able to do something. Chris, I like him, but the problem is, why not be in a firm which you got both the short squeeze and good numbers? And I don't ever recommend a stock with a short squeeze, but I happen to like Max Levchin, and the CEO, and I do think their buy now, pay later is a democratizing event that does not have an increase in bad loans versus what I thought they would have. Given the fact that the Fed moves so quickly.
Really quick, while I've got you, these comments from EOG on the tape just now, that the growth in oil and gas this year probably can't match last year's. Don't really see the need to increase oil field activity. You think that's a comment?
4 minutes till the
I think EOG
data
Orange
is
is going to
out.
be a different Trump. Very, very conservative. Because they then all say exploration is more robust than it's ever been. I think that what matters more than what EOG says is these acquisitions. So you get Exxon buying Pioneer, maybe they just decide to go just pedal to the metal. So we don't know. I happen to like EOG very, very much, but they may not be the consensus here.
How about tonight?
Okay, so I have Lisa Gill on tonight, who is the person who runs the JP Morgan conference, and I never have analysts on. The reason I have her on is because this conference is the most market-moving conference of the year, and let's find out. Now, it's interesting. Lilly is not doing well today, and I think some of that is that they spent half the time, I mean, not up 10 or something, telling you, listen, if you're counterfeiting or if you're using this stuff for cosmetics, forget about it. It is going to be used by people who can demonstrate that diet and exercise.
Okay, let's see. Economics calendar.
I mean,
What do
when
we
I go
have
over the
this
schizophrenia drug,
morning?
the Bristol Myers, and maybe that's the one that works and doesn't put.
I don't know why everything is working so
Those
damn slow.
weight gains make it so people stop taking the drugs. That's the key issue with schizophrenia and drugs. Schizophrenia is a horrible disease.
We chopped some wood this morning, Jim. That was good.
Yeah.
That's a solid hour.
Yeah, and remember, broadening out is good, okay? Don't fret if Apple's down. It's
Okay.
You don't have to go to Teladoc if Apple's down, right? Or Lilly Direct. Don't go to Lilly Direct if Apple's down. See what they have to say for you.
We'll see you tonight. Mad Money, 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll take a quick break here with the markets holding
EIA
4,700,
crude
Dow's at
at
135. We're back in 2.
10:30 or 11:30. Nothing major. All right. Drop, baby, drop. Queen says, I want those 415 areas. Give me that 1415 area, bro. Stop playing with me. No, the queen need her jewels. Don't know about you. Maybe I'm bad. Right. Same on the daily or 4 hour. That's the target. I believe it's the 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour. That's the target. It's like, come on, baby. Flushing, 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 flushing.
Order filled.
Flushing, come on. Like, don't know about you. Maybe I'm back then. Let's go. Go, baby. Go, baby. Go. Go, baby. Go, baby. Go. Go, baby. There we go.
Order filled.
All right. Hold in. Okay, numbers looking pretty decent. Okay, looking to possibly take a long on ES again. What we doing? Let's take a look at the Russell. Russell's looking good. Ooh, okay. There we go.
Welcome to another hour of Squawk on the Street. I'm
Oh.
Paradise with Carl Quintanilla. We are live for you as always from Post 9 of the New York Stock Exchange.
Okay.
David Faber has the morning off. Take a look
Let's
at
see if we
stocks.
can get
The
a
order
fill
sentiment
at
this morning, compared to the last few
472 on
sessions, the S&P, a little
NQ.
change. Dow's up about 133 points.
Come on,
the NASDAQ
baby.
is lagging. Technology not having a great start to 2024. Take a look at treasuries. This is part of the reason why we continue to see selling of treasuries backtracking from where we were at the end of 2023. The 10-year yield, though, is below 4%. Psychologically important there, but firming
Bids
up
are
across the
coming.
curve.
Bids
We're
are
30 minutes
coming.
here into the trading
Queen, I
session
hope
here
you
on
took
Three
profits.
Brokers
It's
Another day, another
might be
downgrade for Apple. This time from Piper
might be
Sandler, lowering
possibly
its rating on
running
the tech giant to neutral from
running
overweight,
over
cutting its price target to
yesterday's low. So let's see.
$205.
Keep watch.
Shares are
Be
down more than 4%
patient.
to start the year.
Oh,
More
no,
Apple
no, no.
discussion straight ahead. A couple of names in the healthcare space to watch right now. Walgreens
Order
plunging, trading at session lows right now. The company beating estimates, but slashing its dividend by almost 50%. Eli Lilly shares are higher, making a
Nice
big move to go
rejection.
direct to consumers with its weight loss drug. More on those two stocks in just a moment. And then look at shares of
How
Peloton
much
riding higher. The
higher
company
is this
partnering with
hoe
TikTok
going to
to
go?
offer short form fitness classes and other content. The stock's still down almost 40% in the past year. It was trading well over $150 during the COVID pandemic, but some signs of life there today, Carl.
Okay,
As
Russell's
far as
looking
the
pretty
data
solid.
to discuss, I mean, I would say better than expected reports. ADP on jobs and then jobless claims, all ahead of tomorrow's big jobs report, the monthly jobs report, which we'll get, which I think continues to point to what we've been seeing, an economy that still has a strong and pretty tight labor market, which is softening, but not softening in any sort of worrisome level. Jobless claims, again, cooled off by about 18,000 last week. Here's the ADP breakdown. So this is private sector hiring. And what's so interesting is it's all in services. 155K jobs added in the month in services, barely any in goods. Manufacturing was negative. And you can see where are the industries that are hiring: leisure, hospitality, education, health services. This has been what we've seen in the jobs report as well. It speaks to the continued strength in the services sector. And the only question mark there is how fast inflation can come down in that part of the economy.
Yeah. Meantime, Challenger layoffs a little bit more tame last month than the prior month. I've seen some takes that maybe you could argue continuing claims have begun to peak.
Nice.
If that's true, you can maybe add a point for the soft landing team.
Thank you,
see,
bro.
though. We did get some decent German CPI numbers, which is helpful to the ECB, as it's not just a deflation or a disinflationary story in the U.S.
We're going to get a big Eurozone inflation number tomorrow, which I think some people are worried that it's going to tick up a little bit. But right, they're going in their fight as well, and they've seen a lot of progress.
As for jobs, though,
Yeah.
Goldman's just out just now, keeping 190K for tomorrow. Morgan Stanley at 180K for tomorrow. I think they see unemployment going down a tick to 3.7. So we'll see.
That's
whether,
strong.
Yeah.
And it also sort of goes into this argument that maybe the market got a little too excited about all those rate cuts, starting to price in March, for instance, especially after the minutes came yesterday. A lot of ways to interpret the minutes. I pulled out three sort of interesting quotes that I thought were particularly relevant for the market, and they offer some mixed signals on the whole rate cut debate. So participants viewed the policy rate as likely or near its peak for this tightening cycle. We know that justified how the market basically took the last Fed meeting. And remember, these are notes from the last Fed meeting. Baseline projections implied that a lower target rate for the federal funds rate would be appropriate by the end of 2024. That speaks to their dots. They expected 3 cuts in their projections. But they reaffirmed that it would be appropriate for policy to remain at a restrictive stance for some time until inflation was clearly moving down sustainably
ripping.
toward the committee's
ES
objective.
ripping.
What is some time?
RTY
Is
as
it
well.
March? Is it May? I think that's that's where the debate is right now. Are they willing to tolerate, these restrictive higher interest rates for longer until they see more progress toward inflation? Inflation is still above their target, and there's still signs that the economy is looking good.
Yeah, I'm looking at a note right now out of JP Morgan.
Okay,
This is about
okay.
global CPI, but they do say
Cautious,
that goods
cautious.
manufacturing
Anyone that is
is
short, be very, very cautious. If we break above 522,
global core CPI could go back to 3 in the first half of 24.
Two schools of thought, that it goes back up and then it comes all the way back down, and they're really split. And there's evidence on both. Financial conditions are loosening, so people think that'll make inflation a little bit stickier. On the other side, we continue to see this strong trend. Even wages have come down in the ADP numbers today. The job switchers, which people have been looking at because they've been getting big raises, 8% raise. Actually, that was the lowest level since 2021. So there's evidence on both sides, and that's going to be the debate on the inflation front, is how fast we can get down to a 2 level where the Fed is going to feel comfortable. There's the 8% raise, 5.4. These are lower numbers. These are softening numbers. That's good for a Fed that has been worried about a wage price spiral. Now, we're also watching shipping rates. I mean, there's nothing the Fed can do about it, but we saw how much shipping rates impacted inflation during COVID. They're elevated because of these Houthi attacks, the Yemen rebels backed by Iran, which continue to happen. Maersk is now on pause again, the big global shipper. The rates are up, but if you look at a long-term chart, they're nowhere near where they were, say, during COVID in terms of how much they spiked and for how long. So we'll see, but it's definitely a risk that, threatens exacerbating the inflation story.
Right. You wouldn't argue that the minutes told you. I mean, I know Markin this week did say that hikes aren't off the table, but did the minutes lead anyone to believe that hikes are coming back?
No, they didn't believe that. Didn't lead that, but the whole, for some time we could remain restrictive does make you wonder. That along with the data that we're getting doesn't give you any urgent feeling that the Fed needs to lower rates, needs to cut rates, which is what the market is expecting right now. And I think that's the takeaway so far. Let's see what jobs does tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be important. Our next guest is out with his latest market moves, downgrading communication services and real estate, upgrading financials, healthcare, and consumer discretionary. Citi's U.S. equity strategist Scott Cronin joins us this morning. Has an S&P target of 5,100 for this year. Scott, great to see you.
ooh,
Does
NQ
the
gone,
degradation in
gone, gone,
the
gone.
communication services trade, for example, is that unnerving right now?
No, I don't think so. I think the message that we're sending here is that we continue of the view that you want to be a holder of growth in the mega cap growth cohort of the market. With the comm services downgrade, we're lightening on the internet component of that, but remain quite constructive on tech, particularly on software. But we've been using this broadening analogy, as you discussed earlier. We think that's going to be a key theme for this year. And so what we're looking to do here is replace some of that traditional growth angle with a weighting that focuses more on early cycle and cyclical behavior, which speaks to a financial.
Going, Queen. I hope you got out. I hope you got out, Queen.
You're looking at it, Infotech Industrials. Is that the result of rates, depending on the pace, but rates that do go lower, that eases the prospect for industrial activity, for lending out of financials and banks?
Beautiful.
It all plays to that for sure.
Oof.
And when you look at the response in the market since rates peaked back in mid-October, it's really interesting. You see
Oh shit, he has these
which have
events.
really strong
Yeah, I
growth,
was out
predicated
at the
on
bottom.
our
Good,
downgrade
good.
recently. But you've also seen
All right,
financials
so I'm looking to take a small long at 16,500 if we can get a pullback to there.
During 23,
Come
even
on.
as we were contending with the Fed hawkish narrative. And then interestingly, when you look at it from a valuation perspective, in a market that many would say is pretty aggressively valued, the banks in particular stand out as still, not very stretched from that angle. And so we think you get a combination of fundamental consistency.
Taking along on the Forex side, and I'm going to be targeting above the 50 EMA on a 30-minute time frame. Ooh. Wow, look at this baby go. Damn it. The long on ES definitely played out beautifully. Look at that. The re-entry was solid. I think NQ is gonna probably go from red to green on the day, ladies and gentlemen. Dow Jones is up 175 points. Oh, there goes my short biased.
That's two reasons. You know, the 10-year nominals are going to give you some insight as to how economic activity is going to respond to higher rates. But at the same time, we have to factor in how rates influence valuations. And so, again, this focus on 10-year nominals is pretty critical because we think what it does do as rates begin to reflect a gradual transition out of the Fed.
Okay, oh, I just got filled at 16,500 even. Just got long 16,500 even. Looking for, yep, I'm long. What would you target on for NQ? So my target, my first target would be 565. So I'm looking at about a 65-point movement to the upside on NQ. If NQ can get above 16,565, we could see a movement up to 16,659, right? So up quick 10 points so far on it. Let's see if we can break above. If we break above the 521 area, I'll add to my long.
U.S. retail pharmacy sales almost 29 billion, topped expectations. Higher brand drug prices drove that pharmacy strength, offsetting weakness in the front of the store. International revenues of more than 5.8 billion also beat on strength at Boots UK, while the U.S. healthcare unit, which includes Village MD, came up a bit light on revenues at $1.9 billion. As for that dividend cut, Walgreens' first in more than 45 years, CEO Tim Wentworth, who started just on October 23rd, told me that he thinks shareholders will understand this move to preserve cash.
We didn't love having to make that decision. We actually thought it was incredibly important and responsible. And I will tell you,
And I'm only going to risk about 20 points on this trade.
not only expected it, but they actually are excited about the fact that we're going to have additional capital to invest in the core business in a way that stimulates growth again, because that ultimately is going to be the most charitable.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Beautiful, beautiful. We're up 14 points. Come on. Come on. 400. Come on. Come on. Hit it. Hit it. Ah, don't be a turd. Don't be a turd, baby. Stop playing. Stop playing with me.
You mentioned Boots. As you probably know, Boots a couple of years ago was being looked at to be sold. The market conditions were not right at the time. We've removed a major roadblock to considering that in the future, if that's the shareholder smart thing to do, by virtue of ensuring our pension plan.
Let's take a look at gold. Gold might be catching a bid too. Yup, yup. Gold's catching a bid. I might want to take a long here. Come on, come on. NQ's 23 points away from red to green. NQ's 23 points away from red to green. Let's get it.
Is more than just a pharmacy. He told me, for example, that their
tonight. Excuse me, darling. Let's go.
To make sure that patients take those drugs properly and get the full benefit of the drug. You can watch that full interview with Tim Wentworth on CNBC.com.
It's not just a near-term problem for Walgreens. If you look at the underperformance in the last few years, Roz Brewer had to step down after just a few years on the job. What is the issue here, say, versus rival CVS? Well, part of outperformed them by a wide margin.
Well, CVS has more parts, right, in the sense that Walgreens under Roz tried to build up their services. You can't just be a store. You can't just be the back of the store pharmacy. So they bought up all these companies to offer services with, investing in Village MD, the Shields Pharmacy.
Let's go. Come on, get over this 20 and it's a wrap. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, we're at the 21s. We're at the 21s, so up 400. Let's go. Yes, it's still pushing. Second target, 60s are coming. Oh, beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, I am adding to my long.
provide
All right.
services.
I'm leaving room to add one more position. Let's go. Let's go.
Despite that, Bertha Coombs this morning. As we go to break, take a look at the roadmap for the
Yes,
rest of the
baby.
hour.
Yes, yes, yes.
A pharmaceutical company, Lilly, taking a big step to go direct to consumers. Dr. Scott Gottlieb's going to
Don't be shy if you want to take the 20 points. That's okay if you do.
Plus, Apple gets another downgrade. A ton of other big
All
analysts.
right, all
We'll
right.
break them down for you.
We mentioned Walgreens cutting its dividend almost in half. What's ahead for dividend paying?
Telling you, minis, man, you could do some damages with the minis too. $65 is what we're looking for. 65 is what we're looking for. I'm gonna set my take profit at 62. Da, 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 da. Let's go. La 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 la. Huh? Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Can we get 65? We get 65, ladies and gentlemen. I'm dropping the mic. I'm dropping the mic, and that'll be my last trade for the day. Who's long with me? Who's long with me? Come on. Who is long with me? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. She out. She out. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Let's go. Drop mic, man. Drop mic. All right. I'm long with you. I missed the entry. Damn, bruh. It's all right. We might still get another pullback to maybe to the 500, but if possible, keep an eye for either 16,510 or yeah, I'd say 15,510 or 500 still would still be a good entry. Let's see. Come on. I don't want to get too excited with this thing. But if you are in profits, do feel free to, lock some in. We were up a quick 30 points just now. That's not bad. I mean, again, for the day. Let's see.
To sell pharmaceuticals directly to consumers. Ironwood Pharmaceuticals, for example, used it with their drug.
Come on, we're looking good. MACD is turning green.
Contraceptive gel. So we've seen companies do this before, and it's picked
Should
up traction
continue.
since the pandemic, since consumers have gotten more accustomed to using telehealth services. It's significant to see a big pharmaceutical
can we
company
get the
getting into this,
60s?
and I think that could disrupt the space. We could see more companies following Lilly into this kind of an arrangement. And I think
Yes, definitely wait for an entry. If you missed it, wait for the entry.
and that's in fact what Lilly's doing here. They're not just offering telehealth services and pharmacy prescription services direct to consumer shipments of drugs, but they're also offering, for example, access to providers, brick and mortar providers, and so they're looking to offer a more comprehensive solution, which I think is one of the advantages of getting a big player into this kind
My
of a model.
music so
Who
loud.
gets hurt the most by this?
Well, I'm not sure anyone's going to be immediately hurt. This does reflect, I think, to some
agree the erosion of the traditional PBM selling model and the fact that traditionally pharmaceutical companies have used rebates that they pay to the PBMs to try to drive uptake of their drugs.
Trying to keep me riding dirty.
To try to drive adoption of drugs because they were being paid those rebates that they were using to then offset other costs.
Which one are you in?
Or pay them back to the employers that were sponsoring the plan. The employers like to get those dollars that they
I'm long on NQ at 500, 16,500. So I don't know if that question was to me. What would be the entry again? The entry would be either 16,500 or 16,510. We could come back down to the 16,500.
Telehealth space. I don't think they're just going to see control of this. CVS, for example, has a pretty comprehensive offering in this space. So I think they'll lose on one side of the business and perhaps gain on the other as these kinds of telehealth services gain wider use by consumers.
Meantime, Scott, I'm wondering if you were struck by Lilly's language regarding these wellness centers and the use of these drugs for cosmetic purposes. I mean, how bad must it be for them to come out and say it like that?
Well, look, I think it makes sense for them to say it on a day like this because there's multiple telehealth offerings in the market. There's really two models, if you will. One is these broad telehealth offerings like Teladoc, which also offers a comprehensive suite of services, much like a traditional brick-and-mortar doctor. And they make money by taking insurance from patients. And then we're seeing the advent of these sort of focused telehealth services that make their business around selling a single product like erectile dysfunction products or testosterone or now these weight loss drugs. And they make their money by selling the drug. They're not charging patients for the telehealth visit. They're making money on
and full disclosure, just know I am up on the day, okay? Before starting the stream, I'm already up 90 points on NQ from a short from the 2:30 a.m. All right, and I also snagged a nice quick little scalp on ES, which had entered at 47.44. So on ES had entered at 47.44. I added at the 47.50, which brought my cost average up, and I ended up taking a point and a half on it, and then it pulled back, which then ended up running up to the first target, which the first target was 47.56. So do keep that in mind.
But we do have a lot of experience with these drugs. They've been on the market as long as
Come on, NQ, you know you want to do your thing.
So we do have long-term experience with them, albeit at lower doses. I'm not too worried that we're going to unmask significant unknown side effects that we haven't seen already. I do think on the market,
and it'll be interesting to see. What we do as we get closer to the London close. London close, we might pop and then continue for the remainder of the New York session. And this is just speculation, but we'll see.
Lilly does as well, and so they're going to gather these reports of side effects and investigate them pretty
Okay, looks like the 500s are coming back.
We mentioned earlier this morning just the wealth of healthcare news right now. You got Lilly, there's some Cigna news. We talked about the upgrades of the likes of Merck. And we got this big JP Morgan conference next week. I just wondered, 30,000 feet, what sorts of narratives you'll be looking to see built in this early part of the year regarding healthcare?
Yeah, look, in addition to just the general innovation narrative, I think we're going to have a lot of data cards that get turned over this year that are going to be quite significant, particularly in new modalities like cell and gene therapy. You're seeing significant dislocation and changes in the selling model. Today's news reflects that. We're going to see legislation targeting PBMs and those spreads.
Came down to 500. I don't know if any of you guys entered, but if you did, you'd be up about 10 points right now. And it's okay if you want to take, quick 10, 15, 20 points. All right. Little wins add up. Little wins add up.
That's changing the whole pharmaceutical selling model. I think you're going to see other companies step forward with different ways to try to market directly to consumers, like Lilly did today. And that's going to also include the PBMs. They're going to have to find different revenue streams. And you've seen CVS, for example, aggressively looking at new business models, including getting into biosimilars. In the last 24 hours, they announced that they're going to be launching their own biosimilar to compete directly with Humira.
Come on, we want a red to green. I know NQ is going to do a red to green. It was 0.5. Damn, bruh. That hurts.
Threat is it, if it is, than others we've seen before?
Hey, look, it seems to be contagious. It's piercing the immunity that people have acquired. The new vaccine does seem to be protective. The booster does seem to be protective. Cases are going to be over at about 29,000 hospitalizations in the last week. It's heaviest in the Midwest. It's picking up in the Northeast. Still low in the South and the West. But I do think that we're going to see a wave of COVID this winter. There's no reason to believe that JN1 is more virulent, that it's more dangerous than previous strains. In fact, it seems on par with some of the strains that we saw last year. So far, it's not as dangerous, for example, as Delta, but it is going to spread around the country, and unfortunately, a lot of people who could be protected probably are going to catch it. So people need to be vigilant. There's treatments available, and there's certainly boosters available for people who are vulnerable to this infection.
We appreciate it, Scott, as always. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Scott Gottlieb.
As we go to break, check out the following mystery chart. Wall Street favorite for the year. More than 95% of analysts call this one a buy at these levels. We'll talk about why and which one it is after the break, as the NASDAQ briefly flirting with some green arrows. Back in a minute.
Time goes slowly. All right, filled. Come on. It's like they cannot be this much of jerks where they're not gonna allow the NASDAQ to go positive on the day too. And again, like today, like I was mentioning yesterday, sometimes it might be the Dow Jones that's the better play, right? Dow Jones was the better play today. ES as well, same thing, right? ES is definitely a better play than NQ, but let's see. NQ just testing us. Let's go, let's go. So because I added at the 520, my cost average went up from 500 to 510. Come on. Like, we know what you want to do, bro. Don't mess with us. Like, I got your number, ho. Ugh. Boy. Come on. Definitely think as we get closer to the London session close, we'll see a continuation of possibly. Come on. Go.
Check the markets almost an hour into trading this morning. Bulls definitely looking for some signs of relief after a couple of weak sessions to start the new year. NASDAQ trying to get positive. S&P's already done it. The Dow, of course, hanging on to a gain of 175 points. Bunch of analyst calls out today. Let's get to Dominic Chu with what's moving. Hey, Dom.
All right, so let's start off with the down move in shares, Carl, of Apple.
It's like, why you messing with me, bruh?
Red
Red to green coming. Yep, I mean, it's only 20-something points away. Like, right now, it is fluctuating between 30 and 23 points away from going positive on the day. I do believe it's going to go positive. So, from if you got in at 500, yo, you're about to be up 20 points right now. Awesome, awesome. Let's take. Yes, baby. Yes. Voila, voila. Tell them. Talk to us nice, man. Where's my mic?
Shares of Apple right now down
Come on,
1.5%.
come on.
On the financials front, the
Let me stop. Let me stop. Y'all might think I never traded before.
the state of commentary holding names like JP
All
Morgan
right,
Chase,
all
Goldman
right.
Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Citigroup, among
Come
some of the
on.
top
I
ideas in the
want
sector in 2024.
565.
Thematic
We
perspective,
get 565.
trading at a 50% discount to the broader S&P 500 on a price to
Just
earnings
took profits.
basis.
Nice, man.
They think
Hey,
Citigroup
in and out.
offers
In and out, my guy. In and out. That's what I'm
better
talking
earnings
about.
and return on tangible common equity visibility picture. JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, they call best of breed, and Goldman Sachs benefits from better trades.
Remember, was up 300. My man, there you go. $300 a day will get you to where you need to be. So that's what's up. Awesome work. Awesome work. Now, if you do trade again, yo, let it be the micros. All right. But if you guys practice just $300, $400, $500 a day, that adds up real quick.
They cited, amongst other things, better opportunities for capturing business from contractors and other professional customers. Home Depot shares up 0.75%. And we'll end on shares of General Motors, the automaker getting up to an outperform over research. It was pure. They put a newly installed $42
Let's
target
go.
price there.
Let's
They
go.
cited reasons like an underappreciated
Got 30 minutes left. Y'all got any questions for me?
better competitive cost advantages alongside its continuing campaign to buy back its own stock. So General Motors shares up nearly 2% right now. A lot in there, Sarah, but I'll send things back over.
All right, Dom, thank you very much. Amazon also named a top 2024 pick by a number of firms on Wall Street. Kate Rooney joins us with more on what's ahead for the company this year. Kate, and why analysts are getting more excited about it than some of the others.
Yeah, Sarah. So yesterday alone, we saw 5 Wall Street analysts come out with Amazon as their highest conviction tech name for the year. The tally of those now rooting for Amazon as a top pick for 2024. It's at least 18 firms. We've got Citi, Goldman, Wells Fargo, RBC on the list. Wedbush calls Amazon the everything stock, a play on the everything store there for its sprawling business model and flywheel effect. But there are some consistent drivers of that optimism. First, you've got AWS growth reaccelerating. Growth had dropped the slowest level in history in the third quarter. It was 12% down from about 27% a year earlier. Cloud revenue appears to have stabilized, and cloud spending is widely expected to pick up. And then you've got artificial intelligence, big theme there. Raymond James among those, arguing that Amazon is the best positioned and among the best positioned to influence the next commercialization phase, as they call it, on the enterprise side of that business. Wells Fargo thinks it could account for 7% of AWS revenues next year. And then you've got operating efficiencies. Wolf points out that you've got shipping inventory placement and then returns that should help gross margins. Maybe the biggest upside, guys, and the surprise there.
All right, so I guess no questions for me. All right, well, ladies, man, we're going to let this baby run. My stop loss is going to be 16,480. Let this baby run. 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 I want drops. Listen, I want participations. Y'all see that? NVIDIA over 481. Boom. NQ should continue up for the rest of the day. Consistency is key. I made that 2,500. Instantly buying your mentorship. Thanks so much. How to make money, but how to keep it. Awesome, bro. I appreciate that. Awesome, bro. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah, man. Listen, I'll be looking forward to it, man. Just FYI, yes, people. I do offer one-on-one mentorship. All right, where I teach all the different strategies and methods that I apply on any given day in the markets, along with fundamentals, technicals. I mean, literally, it's A to Z on everything that I know on how to trade, how to do it as a business, how to retain that money, how to diversify, how to save on taxes. So not only in my mentorship are you getting trade strategies, risk management strategies, scaling strategies, scaling as in scaling accounts, scaling in the sense where, you know, being able to stagger your accounts where you're getting multiple payouts from various firms, right? So literally it's me basically downloading almost everything that I know. And then on top of that is chart reviews, right? Being able to review the trades. Well, why did you enter this trade here? Well, you overlooked this, right? Because sometimes we overlook a lot of different things when it comes to trading. So having someone that you can actually, you know, get on with week in, week out and go over your trades and seeing where you need to improve, right? Because just having a strategy and not being able to know what you're doing wrong or where you're improving, it's almost counterproductive, right? And I'm not saying this, you know, basically talking smack about anyone, but I'm just saying, like, I personally, when I started off, I had a mentor. I paid someone $5,500, and you know, my perception of a mentorship is someone that I can hit up if I'm having a rough patch, right? Like if I'm having continuous week in, week out where I'm just losing, and I'm not making money, like I want to be able to reach out to my mentor, like, yo, like, I don't know what's going on. I've been losing. I'm down X amount. Like, what am I doing wrong, right? Because sometimes it takes a person that's outside to look at what you're doing and say like, okay, this is what you're doing wrong, and this is what you could be doing right, and this is what you need to start implementing. How much? 2,500.
Positive economic data overnight. Let's turn to our Eunice Yoon live from Beijing with the latest and some positive commentary too.
2,500. 2 sessions a week, 1 hour a piece for 4 months. I mean, you can't beat that. And an additional 6 months of just onward education and learning.
So that the PMI posted an expansion of 52.9. This is the fastest since July. Companies reported a pop in new customers and demand. They also said that they were hiring slightly more.
Ronnie can vouch for it.
Increase in business demand.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you.
Maintain prices because of market competition. Now, taken as a whole, though.
Yes, the reason for why mentorships are exceptionally well and worth it is because everything that comes in life when it comes to, I mean, just in general, whether it's trading or business, there's going to be a cost. And being able to, one, learn from someone else's mistake is going to save you a great deal of money. Being able to have guidance will shorten the learning curve, right? So we're talking about 10 years, 11 years now. So we're talking about 11 years of experience, right? Being shared with you, the do's, the don'ts, the little things that you're not going to read in books. Like we can all go and get books and read about trading, but then it's like, okay, how do we implement it, right? How do we decipher, you know, what's what? And you are not going to get that from a book. I mean, you can go to college and, you know, and I went to college studying business, management. I took accounting courses, and I've dealt with people that, you know, had Series 7 security, the SIE, mainly the SIE was something that was recently implemented, but had the Security 7 license, right? And I used to think that, you know, people that work for brokerages that had the securities licenses knew how to trade. They don't. They just able to, they're basically, if they have a Series 7 license, they're just a glorified waitress. No disrespect to anyone that has the securities license, but a lot of them cannot manage or navigate through the markets. Like I've had students that are tax experts that have a great deal of financial degrees, and on paper, you know, Ivy League schools or very prominent colleges took economics, but they still don't know how to implement things into the markets, right? Or how to read charts. So on paper, you know, they're quote unquote smarter than me, but when it comes to trading and like actually implementing stuff, they can't. So mentorships all around, you know what I mean, if you're able to do it, it saves you a ton of headaches. It'll save you a ton of losses, and it'll shorten your learning curve. Because if you want to be able to get from point A to, let's say, point F, there's going to be a lot of zigzags. Like, you're going to blow up accounts, you're going to lose thousands of dollars in the market. And if you're journaling, you know, your progress, you're going to be able to go back like, okay, I did this wrong, how do I improve this? Okay, maybe I should do this, right? And then you start implementing different little things. So believe it or not, it's definitely worth it. I myself, I had a mentorship when I started in the equities market. But granted, I was already a profitable trader once I started with the person. But in my mind, it was just like, okay, well, for me to pay X amount to be able to learn from a self-made millionaire that makes thousands of dollars a day, that runs a successful business, is a no-brainer, right? It's like, you go to college, you're getting into debt for 40, 50, 100 grand going to college to get a degree. 9 times out of 10, most of the people that go to college and get a degree are not working in the field that they got that degree for. So that's counterproductive, right? And they don't really teach you about money in high school, in college. I like that in the last years, some schools are implementing like the whole money financial aspect, where people have to have some kind of financial IQ for graduation, right? Some high schools, for their senior project, they would have, you know, doing certain things to before you can fully, you know, graduate. So there's a ton of different benefits to that. And to be able to have someone that you can bounce back ideas from, like, okay, oh, I'm looking at this chart, what do you think? You know, someone that's more experienced, like, what's the outlook overall on the market? Like, where are things going? Because if you're caught up in, you know, everyday life, you have to work, you may have children, a spouse, you may have a business you're running, you're not going to be able to be on top of everything, right? So having someone that's an expert in a certain area means you don't personally have to be an expert in that particular area, which can save you, again, a great deal of time and capital. Whatever money we spend, whether it be on challenges, whether it be on trading accounts, we can always make those money back. But if we spend a year in trading and we're just not getting any better, we're not improving, that year that you spent, you're not getting back. But essentially, every year that you continually work on your craft, it's not like you're starting from the beginning, you're starting from an experience point, right? From lessons. When I was in the union, you are what? A journeyman, and I what was called apprentice. I like that. I like that a lot.
Welcome back to Squawk on the Street. Verizon shares continuing to move higher following a second analyst upgrade this week. Wolf Research says Peter Supino upgrading the stock to outperform with a $46 price target. And he joins us now. What is there to be excited about for Verizon right now, Peter, beyond the high dividend?
So yeah, so either way, because I know some people, like, they're against it, but it's just like, either way, you're gonna pay. You're either gonna pay someone to help you navigate, or you're going to pay the markets to learn, and that can be, at times, can be way more expensive than actually getting a mentor, right? And if you look at all the greats, all the great individuals, whether it be from business, investments, they've all had mentors at some point. Look at LeBron James. You know who LeBron James' financial mentor is? Warren Buffett.
This industry's past growth.
Yeah, the industry's really saturated.
Now, that's someone that's making, you know, that's damn near at the billionaire mark, or in the hundreds of million category. And he has someone that's also prominent educating him on investments. Like, look at every year, LeBron's network has just continuously to grow because he has someone mentoring him on investments. And Warren Buffett was quote unquote like the guru of long-term investments. Creator of Berkshire Hathaway, which owns a great deal of companies. Like every year, there's like a raffle where investors pay north of $1 to $3 million just to be able to have a couple hours of lunch with the man. So you just look at the perspective of things, right? Anything you do in life is going to cost you time and money. And it's just a matter of you deciding, is this whatever it is that you're trying to do, is it worth the capital and time? And again, the experience that you're paying. So when these people are paying $2-3 million to have a lunch with Warren Buffett, like they're paying to be able to get access to his expertise, to be able to get the knowledge and insight that he has developed and cultivated over decades of being in the financial markets, right? I will be getting in touch with you. Awesome. Cool. Any further details, feel free to email me at Rigonometry Trading. All right. Any questions as far as that? Email me at Rigonometry Trading, and that's where I can answer further details. But I mean, I pretty much covered everything so far on the stream as far as the different strategies, the methods, and obviously like in reviewing the charts with the individual, I'm able to see, you know, what they're doing and where they can improve on, continuous guidance, assignments of like, okay, you know, you got to chart this, it's not just giving you a strategy and then like, oh, have a good day. Like there's follow-ups to make sure like, okay, are you understanding this strategy before we implement another strategy? So everything is like building a house. We dig the foundation, we pour, and then we start layering and layering and layering and layering. And if at any point you're not understanding or able to implement a specific strategy, we continuously work on that strategy until you master it, and then we add, right? The troubles with online services or even online pre-recorded strategies is that when you want to ask a question, you can't really ask the question. You have to shoot the email, right? And in emails, you kind of don't get the same context as if you're talking to the person directly, right? Ooh, there we go. NQ. Yes, come on, baby. Give me 65. Can we get 65 by the London close? I will be jumping off at 11. So again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even now. So my stop loss is now going to be at 16,510. I might just close one contract, which means I would be locking in 30 points on I'd be locking in 30 points on NQ, and I would be leaving my stop loss at the 16,510 area and basically calling it a day. And just let the runner run for the 65, which I do 100% believe we're going to get that. I mean, NQ is literally 10 points away from going green on a day. Red to green, and look at Dow is still pushing up 200 points on the day. It's like, come on, bro. You gonna do it. She gonna do it. She gonna do it. Can you explain fib retracements on the stream for a couple of minutes? Yeah. So the Fibonacci retracement, do you use it? So first of all, do you use the Fibonacci retracement? So because there is a standard Fibonacci retracement that you can get with TD. I have a customized fib settings that I use, which is the 62, the 70, the 79, and then I have like the TPs. So for you to implement the Fibonacci strategy, you have to pick a specific time frame that you want to trade off of, right? And for me, I run it on a 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, and 15. Occasionally, I'll do it on a 5 minute if I want to do like a quick scalp and it's going in that particular direction. But essentially, it's like this: you want to look for a market structure break, and then you want to run the fib from the market structure break down to the lowest point of that downtrend or to the highest point of that uptrend, right? So in this particular case, if we wanted to run a Fibonacci retracement on this whole movement down, we would find, okay, where was the market structure break? And then we would start there from the highest of that candle. Now, some people, they do it from body to body. I do it from wick to wick because you have to account for where price went. And if price wicked into a level, price had gone there. So that area is also significant. All right. I'm locking in profits on NQ, closing my one contract that I added at 16,500. So locking in 35 points. Stop loss is going to be 15,510, and overall TP is going to be 565. Now, if we get over 50, I might just lock it in and call it a day. So yes, wicks don't lie. So once you find that structure break, you draw it, and then the common settings is, I want to say it's either 28, 32, 50, and then 60 something, right? So the highest probability trade is going to be the retracement down to the 50 or the 60 percent retracement, right? And essentially what it does is means you can literally do a counter trade to the fib level to then short. So sometimes that's what I do. If I draw a fib for a short, that means I'm expecting price to retrace to the 62 or to the 70% area, where I will start scaling in short, and then it's supposed to go down and break the previous low and head to the target. Once it hits my TP1, the fib is then no longer valid because it played out. So then I would look to trade or create another fib retracement based off of the next level of market structure that was broken, or either to the downside or to the upside. So it's a lot of information for me to like really just go over all, because I would have to see, like, one, how are you drawing your fibs, and then how are you identifying market structure break, right? Because market structure break, just like support and resistance, are all subjective. Now, you can have it to where it's to a specific area, or you could have it to where it's a general area, right? So I'm not quite sure as how you're fully going about it. If you want to share maybe a chart of how you're particularly drawing your fibs, and then I can confirm whether you're doing it accordingly, or if you need to improve on where you're placing the 0 barrier and the 100 barrier. Right now, if we're drawing a fib expecting a long, that means, so let's say price was up here and we draw a fib. So we're going to be waiting for, we're going to be expecting the fib to come down to then push up, right? That's a fib long. When we draw a fib short, that means price is below the 100 barrier of the fib, right? So you have the 100 and then you have the 0 barrier. So if we draw a fib from the top to the downside, we're expecting a short. So that means we're expecting a retracement up to then continue lower. So yeah, market structure is very, very key, and different people have different interpretations of market structure. So that's what I would have, that's why I'm asking, like, what is your perception of it, like how you draw it? So just, out question with no diagram or chart to gauge from can't really further help you more than the explanation I just gave. Yes, the complicated issue is picking which top and bottom. So yeah, so that is something that I can go over. I can go over with you and explain more in depth. And we got about 5 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful trade on NQ. I'm definitely up. I was able to recoup all my loss from yesterday and some today. I'm ending the day up 1.5%, which isn't too shabby. I'll take that. Definitely making up for yesterday. Got it. We'll share some fibs with you. Thanks for the talk. You're welcome, man. Anytime. Happy to help.
There are some that are very famous for dividends. People buy them for
Yes, yes, yes.
is a good example.
Yeah, when this morning when I came on, because I caught the short up here, and I closed it down here at the 96, which is like 90 something points. And yeah, I was only about like when I started streaming, I was only about like maybe $200 away from $200 away from getting recovering and getting back to the percentage that I was up yesterday, or that I started the day off, my balance wise. So not too bad.
We could have some shifting government spending that could affect things. But here's the most important thing.
Right? What kind of emoji that would, yo, we do, bro. We do.
Total return on the S&P going back to 1926. The average return is 10.4%.
The key.
As a percentage of the total return,
I like the key. I like the key, man. My man with the goat.
This is the most critical thing to understand about long-term investing. It's the power of
So anyone that's taking longs, you definitely should have been locking in some profits. ES was beautiful. I mean, look at it. Just look at it, right? First target was the 56 area. Next target, I'm thinking we're gonna go 68, possibly 70. Beautiful. But nice day, green overall. I appreciate you guys jumping on and participating. Sunday, I will be doing another Zoom, and this one will be more so of how I go about looking at the markets and analyzing for the 6 p.m. open. So I will do the Zoom either 11 or 12 a.m. I'll confirm tomorrow with you guys, and tomorrow I'll let you guys know if it's going to be 11 or 12 in the afternoon. It'll be for only an hour apiece. Yesterday's Zoom ran a lot longer than I expected. I was only going to do it for 30 minutes. Ended up being a whole hour and a half, which was fine because I was really enjoying the questions and the interaction. And that's really much I'm asking for. You know what I mean? I want you guys to participate, be active, and don't be shy to share charts. Don't be shy to share analysis or trade ideas. Nothing is wrong. And one thing that can come from you guys sharing your analysis is that if you can share your analysis and stick to it, as long as you know you continuously see what you're seeing and you follow through. And the thing with sharing your analysis is it helps you become a better trader, because to a degree you're going to be holding yourself accountable, right? And what I hope that you guys gain from sharing your analysis is that, okay, yesterday, for example, I was long biased, right? Because the market had oversold for so long. But several people in here took shorts because they were confident in their analysis and they won on the day and I didn't. And the reason I say this is because I know some traders that they may have an analysis, but then once they hear another person's analysis, they completely disregard their analysis and then they go with the other person and then they end up losing, and then they get even pissed because their analysis was right, right? And I will say this, I am not 100% right all the time. My win rate is north of 89. So about 89 to like maybe 91% of the time, I'm right. But there's still that, 10 to 11% of the time that I am wrong, which is okay, right? So sharing your analysis, don't be shy. I want to go on a limb and say that everyone here is here to learn and to improve. And if you want to improve, you can't be quiet. You can't be in the back of the classroom just sitting there watching everyone, not asking questions, not participating. I will say this. I say it all the time. A closed mouth does not get fed. If you want knowledge, if you want help, If you want to improve, you have to open your mouth and you have to ask questions. No questions is dumb. I've said this so many times, right? I am willing to answer your questions. Hell, I'm even doing free Zoom sessions with you guys. Some of you guys, I've done Zoom sessions for free. So that is me giving up my time to help you improve. And when you go on TradeCast and you look, I am free. All right. So I gain a lot of joy in being able to help people and having a hand in someone's progress and improvement. All right. Now, if you do end up wanting to take my mentorship, yes, that will cost. But for the time being, I don't mind hopping on a quick 30-minute Zoom and, helping you by answering questions or maybe giving you a different outlook on how you're looking at your charts, or hell, even setting up a platform, right? Because there's so many different platforms I use. I don't use TradeStation. I'm not a fan of their platform. But whether it's TradingView, MT4, MT5, TradeOvate, Thinkorswim, I use those. So I wouldn't mind hopping on a quick, 30-minute session to help you guys improve. But you have to open your mouth. 2024 can be a great year for all of us, right? You just have to show up, participate, ask questions, share your analysis, right? Because again, no one is 100% right. Now, if you guys trust my judgment, which I think a lot of you guys do, right? And I call a specific trade and you can see it and you like it, take it. If you don't like it, you don't have to take it. You do not have to agree with me all the time. And I welcome that. I'm not one of these traders or mentors that think that my way is the only way. Listen, that shit was taught to us in school. There's only one direction, one answer. Bullshit. There's many different roads that leads to the same location. You don't have to take the same road I take, right? You don't have to take the same route I take. You can take your route if you find it and it works for you. Great. I always welcome questions being asked, doing your due diligence, and never take what I say to you at face value. All right. You always want to verify, myself included. Whenever somebody tell me something, even though I may trust this person, sometimes I still need to verify. And that's okay. That is your right as an individual. There are some traders out there that are very egotistical and they think that their way is the only way. Bullshit. Different strokes for different folks. I always say this. I'm the one. I want to say I'm probably the one of the few traders that will tell you like, yo, my strategy may not work for you, but there is a strategy out there for you. And there is no holy grail. It doesn't matter if it's my strategy, Dex strategy, Kush, AK, yeah, buddy. Everyone has different strategies, and you have to see which one resonates with you. And once you find the one that resonates with you, master the shit out of it. You pick a strategy, you master it. Once you master that and you're profitable, then you can add another. But until you do that, it's not just, oh, I'm coming in, I'm going to learn this from you today, I'm going to learn this from this person the next day. No, you pick one and you go with that. Okay, just like you pick a road, you see that shit through. All right, you ride it until the wheels falls off. Now, if you're doing a current strategy that you've been doing it for months and it's not working for you, well, then maybe you need to see what you're doing wrong or find another strategy. All right. And one thing that I will say I'm pretty good at is being able to decipher what somebody is doing wrong. I mean, hell, half the time I don't even need to know what someone's exact strategy is. I just need to see where they're entering trades, where they're exiting, position size, and I can tell them what they're doing wrong, or I can decipher what strategies they're using, right? So that's it for my rant today. Again, thank you guys for joining. Have a good remainder of your day. Blessed. Probably gonna kill this NQ trade now. I know this thing is gonna hit that 65, but I'm like, come on, do I really want to be this greedy just for an extra 30 something points? Nah, fuck it, I'm out. All right, all out of NQ. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys all. That's what I really admire about you. You know, everyone has their own strategy, and you share your thoughts as.
There's the real rate argument. There's also
Yes, absolutely. I mean, so, and anyone that ever and avoid scammers. Okay, anyone that says 100% of the like that you will win 100% or even 90%, is bullshit, okay? If you ever come across anyone that says, yo, you'll win all the time, no. Like, run, because that is unrealistic. As traders, Warren Buffett, George Soros, Ackman. I mean, Ackman almost lost his ass shorting Herbalife, okay? So no trader, however, do or how many years they have an experience is 100% right all the time. Some people might only be 50% right all the time, but because they have great risk management, they have longevity. I know traders that they're doing 7 figures a year, but they only win half the time. But what helps them is because they cut their losers quick and they allow their winners to win. And and there's always that back and forth of like, yo, did I get out too early? Did I get out too late? Listen, if you're making money, however much, whether it's $50, $1,000, $100,000, you're still winning. Okay? Remember, compound. These shits add up. A win today will compound to your win tomorrow. All right? How do I join the Zoom? For Sunday? So Sunday, whatever time I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna log into the Tradecaster, and I'm gonna share the link in the chat. What I am going to do is I am going to compile an email list where every time I do a Zoom, it'll send like a notification email, and then you can confirm if you want to participate in it or not. So I got to get a little bit more structured with things. Yesterday I manually sent some people the email link for them to join, but just put it on your calendar. All right. Sunday, it's most likely going to be 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Eastern, I will be doing a Zoom where I will be going over charts, and you can see how my thought process is when it comes to looking at particular instruments that I want to trade, and you can ask them questions. All right. And then Wednesday, so I did it on Wednesday. I'll do it again this Wednesday, but I'm going to, for the sake of time, I'm probably gonna do these free Zooms twice a month. So one Wednesday of every month, and one Sunday of every month, I'm gonna do the free Zooms, because again, I am taking my time of the day that I could be doing something else, working on the prop firm or working on one of my other businesses, to be able to give you guys more content. And again, if you guys go on Tradecaster and you see there are paid streamers and there are free, and there are people that are giving information for free. All right. So, and one thing you have to understand is people's time costs, because the time that I give to you guys that I'm taking from elsewhere is time that I don't get back. If I spend a couple $100 on you guys, I can make that back in the market. But every hour, 2 hours, 3 hours that I'm giving you, I'm giving it you for free, because I want to be able to help you guys win. Because the more people win, the better the community grows. And it's really nice to have other successful traders in your camp that you can bounce ideas off, that you trust their analysis. And like, you know what? You're putting me onto a trade that I probably normally wouldn't have seen, because I was focused on something else. And that's always been my outlook on things. I don't want to teach traders to the point that they're always going to rely on me. I want to teach traders to the point that they become an asset to me. And when I say assets and liability, if I'm always feeding you trades, you're a liability. You're not providing me anything. And for me to sit here and charge you, a couple $100, it's like, like I can make that in the market. But I teach you how to trade, and you grow and you become to the level that I'm at, where viewing the markets, you hit me to, let's say you hit me to a trade on Nvidia. I go and I take that trade on Nvidia and I make $3 grand, $5 grand, $10 grand. That is way better return for me than, charging a mere monthly fee or whatever. But anyways, that's it for me again. Thank you guys again. Enjoy the rest of the day. Be safe. See y'all tomorrow. Peace out. Oh, and before I go, check out my YouTube, shoot a follow. Check out Rigonometry Trading and Rig24 are my IGs. I will be doing a giveaway for the first quarter, for the end of the first quarter. And that giveaway is going to be given to the individuals that are subscribed to my YouTube and subscribed to my IG pages, both personal and my trading IG. And the prize is going to be 1 full week of one-on-one mentorship with me. All right. And the winner, I'm gonna select it. So I'm gonna be posting some stuff. So the criteria are going to be they have to be following all my medias, and then they have to be active in this chat room. And from that, I will be putting their names into a generator that will pick a winner. So the winner of the prize of this challenge or prize is going to earn 1 full week. We're talking Sunday to Saturday of one-on-one mentorship with me. And that is however dollar value you want to put it at. So that is something that I want to offer because I want to be able to get this. I want to see you guys become more active. I want to see you guys start participating more. So that is what I'm going to be offering on top of, doing live funding challenges to help, everyone pass. And look at NQ. Look at NQ. Literally 5 points away from TP. If you held, kudos. If you took profits, still kudos. We're still up on the day. So let me see. I'm following everything now. So yeah, so YouTube, all the links are in my bio. I think Rigonometry Trading, which I'll tag it on my post, whatever. So yeah, so those are going to be the first requirement. Then I'm gonna post a charting, something to do with trading, and it's gonna be tag 3 people, comment and whatnot, and then you'll be able to be entered into the raffle to win the 1 week one-on-one mentorship with me. And TP has been hit. 16,565. Wow, look at that. Before London fully settles. AMD is now over 137. Nvidia is over 180. Beautiful. Apple still a little sideways. Meta sideways as well, but look at that, right? Beautiful. All right, guys.